It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for...
A Craig and Ryland Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show right here on...
Magic TV.
Absolutely. Do you like how I did that? Right here on...
Oh.
Very street. Right here on a Magic TV, we've got 4 brand new items that we're going to be looking at this week. And we're going to start with something that has been creating a buzz around the community. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? We're going to give you the down low. We're going to talk to you about the highs and the lows, the ups, the downs, and whether it's any good. Let's start off with the appearing teddy bear. So first up, we have, by one of Ryland's favourite magicians, Bomley, we have an MS Magic, we have the appearing teddy bear. Now, what is the appearing teddy bear? Well, basically, it's a teddy bear that appears.
Out of nowhere.
You've got 3 different sizes. You've got small, you've got medium, and you've got large. The small version is about that big. The medium version is about that big, and the large version is like 6 foot tall.
6 is bigger than me.
It's massive.
And I'm like 4'2".
Yeah, it's massive. Round about that. It's massive.
That makes me feel small.
That's fine. Can we go with it?
Is that my fault?
Yes, about that. Now, it is absolutely
Tiny.
massive, the large version. Now, the whole idea of this, if you watch the trailer, you're going to see a few different ways that you can do this. So, depending on the size that you've ordered, you can make the teddy bear appear from various different places. So, for example, the small one will fit into a top hat. You can make it appear out of a top hat. We have discovered that it will appear very, very nicely in a dove pan. We'll talk about that later on. The medium-sized one is a lot bigger, but it will still fit in like a box, for example. It'll fit in a large kitchen pot. We found that out as well. You'll see more about that later on. And then the large version, realistically, the way that they talk about doing the large version is with a sort of a third hand gimmick, don't they? So you've got a cloth, and you lift the cloth up, and as you drop it down, you've got this massive big ass teddy bear that's like standing there right next to you.
Wow.
Now,
that's very cool.
people have been debating about this on the Magic Cafe, and I haven't told you this, but people have been debating on this on the Magic Cafe. People have been asking if it's any good or not, if it's practical or not.
It's very good.
One person came on and said, I've bought it and I wasn't impressed, and I didn't like it, and I wouldn't recommend it, and a few other people came on and disagreed. So, look, we got this specifically for your act, didn't we? We picked this up because we thought, just so you know, when Ryland performs on stage, and I think we've talked about this before, he typically will do stuff that a kid would use, or something that like he can relate to. So, for example, something like with a teddy bear, he can say, my sister's got a teddy bear, or something like that. So when you hear appearing teddy bear and you see something as visual as that, your eyes like go bing, and my eyes go bing, and we go, well, hang on, that might be really good.
Bing,
So
bing,
we've got all 3 versions of this. We've got the small version, we've got the medium-sized version, we've got the large version, because we wanted to try them all out and see if they were any good. Now, we're going to talk about practicality, because there's a few things that you need to know. This is not a close-up trick. It is not a trick that you can do close-up at all in any way, shape or form. It's a great trick to do on social media. It's a great trick to do live as long as you are in control of the environment. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that, and I know you love this. So I'm going to talk about a couple of negatives that aren't really negatives for you or your show, but something that people need to be aware of. First of all, you are going to need to do this with loud music in the background, or at least music in the background. This is not something that you could just do to an audience, because how it works, without giving too much away, there's electronics inside the teddy bear. The teddy bear...
Inside.
Well, no, the teddy bear squashes flat, doesn't it? Like, ridiculously
And
flat.
then something happens and you go...
And then you press a button, and it's going to very, very... as you produce it from wherever you're producing it from, it's going to expand so it looks like a full-size teddy bear. And it looks amazing. But how it expands is through the use of air that's being blown inside the teddy bear. I mean, I think it's fairly obvious to anybody who looks at this that, you know, you can't just make a massive teddy bear like that appear out of a small space. So you have to, so there's a button, and when you press the button, it fills the teddy bear full of air, right? Would you agree with that?
Yep.
And it fills the teddy bear up in like 1 second flat. So as you produce it, it looks like it's full size,
Yeah.
which is amazing. But there's a couple of negatives. Well, not negatives, but things you need to be aware of. First of all, how noisy would you say it is, the fan that's used to produce the air?
Very loud.
Pretty noisy. If you're a kids show performer, for example, and you're wanting to make a teddy bear appear out of a top hat, you are going to get that sort of noise. You're going to get a woo like that, okay? Now, if you've got music covering, and we are planning on putting this into your show, aren't we?
They'll be like.
You got to have the music going on, and also you don't want to do it in a show where like the problem is if you're doing it in a kids show, the kids are like this close to you.
Yeah.
I think even if you had music on and the kids were this close to you, they'd probably hear that fan.
Yeah.
You'd have to be on stage. You could get away with it, I think, at somewhere like the House of Secrets.
Yeah.
I think you get away with it there. And you need to be aware of the environment is what I'm talking about here. You need to be aware that there's this fan that's going on, and that fan is going to is going to be fairly noisy, and you need to have music over the top to cover it. Now, the next point, which I think that people need to be aware of, is the teddy bear will only remain expanded as long as the fan is continuing to blow air into the teddy bear. So, when you press the button and the bear comes out and appears, that fan is on, that's filling the teddy bear with air. If you press the button again, the fan will stop and the teddy bear will instantly drop into the original size.
So it's not just while it's deflating you got that noise, it's the whole time. Until you press that button and deflate it, it's a...
Yeah. So in other words, you need to be performing in an environment. What you can't do, for example, is produce a teddy bear and then sit him on your table and have him watch the rest of your show. Unless you want to have the sound of a vacuum cleaner playing constantly through the rest of your show. So you need to be performing in a place where there's wings. You need to be performing in a place where there's a backdrop. Like normally when you're performing, there's wings or there's backdrop. Like again, talking about the House of Secrets, if you were going to do this at the House of Secrets, for example, you could put him into the little wing area that you use to store your props when you're not using them, couldn't you? You could just literally, and as you put the teddy bear into that position, you press the button, switches the teddy bear off. The teddy bear's deflated, but it doesn't matter because he's gone out of the way. You've had the production of the teddy bear. The other thing is, it's not something that you can do 360 because it's not like it's a secret button and the teddy bear looks good from the back. The teddy bear does not look good from the back. The teddy bear looks great from the front, but does not look very good from the back. Yeah. There is a handle holding the teddy bear, which makes it easy for the production, but it means if anybody's looking at that teddy bear from the other side, they'll realise it's not a real teddy bear. So there are angle issues from the behind that you need to be aware of. You have to make sure that you have some sort of wings or somewhere where you can put the teddy bear, or if you've produced a small teddy bear from a hat, for example, you've got a case that you can put them away in, and you need to make sure that there's music covering the production of the teddy bear. That kind of covers everything. Do you agree? Yeah. Now, with that in mind, we've played around with a couple of different productions. The first video you're going to see is the production of the small teddy bear. We had the idea of producing the small teddy bear from a dove pan using, a bit of fire. So the idea was that we had a bit of fire, have the fire go up, and this is how you're actually thinking of doing it in your show, aren't you? We'll talk about how he's thinking of doing it in his show in a minute. We'll talk about the routine that Ryland's planning on doing. But, first of all, this is how we're actually planning on doing the production of the small teddy bear, using a dove pan. So, let's have a look at the dove pan production first of all, give you an idea of what this looks like. Okay, so that was a video of you producing it from a dove pan. Mm-hmm. We're going to look at the medium. We did another video for Instagram as well. This is the medium-sized teddy bear production. We produced this at your mum's pots and pans. She was not very happy. She's like, get off my pots and pans. You cannot produce teddy bears from my pots and pans. Yeah. This is the medium-sized production. Yeah, sad times. This is the medium-sized production. Shows you how big the medium-sized bear is. We've discovered that the medium bear would fit very, very nicely in a pan that's designed to hold stew. Who knew? So let's have a look at the medium-sized bear production. So we haven't got a video of the large bear production yet, but we are going to be getting one. But it's massive. Yeah, we're gonna have.
Well, like, we're sitting down. So
we're gonna have Guy Barrett make like a big sort of sticky thing with a third hand, and do something like that. But how you're planning on doing it, very quickly before we give it a review, how you're planning on doing it is you're going to use some Sven cards to force teddy bear. You're going to have lots of different toys that you like playing with when you're a little kid. And they're going to force teddy bear, and you're going to have a pan there, and you say, whatever you pick, I'm going to try and make appear. They pick teddy bear, and you're going to do the dove pan production of a teddy bear, put that into the wings and say, of course, that's not a big teddy bear. This is a big teddy bear, and he's going to have the big one in the... He's using a big flight case table when he does kid shows. So he's going to reach into the flight case table where the big bear is, and it's going to look really cool because you're just going to pull this bear from behind the table, and it's going to look like this 6-foot bear has appeared out of nowhere, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah.
I really think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to pick music for you to do it to, because obviously it's going to have to be loud music to cover that. But even then, I still think this is doable.
I just think that as we go through the act, this music plays. So at some random point, this music plays. Yeah, it's like this weird music. And it's like, and I go into the case and I put out a teddy bear. So like a small teddy bear. So I put it back. I put it like in the wings. And then it's like, and then we carry on with the show. And the same music plays. And then this is in the second half sort of thing. And then I go into the case and I put out a medium-sized teddy bear now. And then at the end of the show, you know how sometimes they do the Mission Impossible thing?
Yeah.
With the little dog. Yeah. I thought I could put it in the gift bag.
I like that.
And then at the end, this music starts playing again. I look at the gift bag and I pull out the massive...
That's so cool. Like a running gag all the way through the show. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Yes, definitely. Right. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to give it 79%. It's very, very good. I will say it's very, very good. You just need to be aware that there's certain environments that this will work in and certain environments it won't work in. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it... 100%.
100% plus tuning. It is very, very good. If you think you can make it work in your show, this is super visual. Right, so that's the appearing teddy bear. We're going to move on now to a new trick from TCC. So the next trick we're looking at is this little thing that's around this kid's neck. It's called Pendulum or something, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's called the Magic Pendulum by TCC. And this is, in essence, a piece of wearable magic. You love your wearable magic, don't you? You've got lots of wearable magic. This is basically a really fancy looking hot rod style thing. It's not actually a hot rod because it's not like got different jewels in it. It's a paddle routine that clips magnetically and locks in place to a necklace. So you can have it around your neck, and anytime you want to, somebody can say, can you do me a trick, Mr. Magician? And you can go, well, actually, let me take my necklace off and I'll show you something amazing with my necklace. Now, Ryland did a performance of this for Instagram. I'm going to show you that performance right now so you can see exactly what this sort of thing can do. And then we'll talk about what we think.
Now, a couple of years ago, my mom and dad went to Egypt, and my dad bought this like weird necklace thing, and it's got like a gold rod on the end. Now, what's really cool is he forgot about it, but when he found it, he let me have it, and I thought it was really cool. Now, in Egypt, most people know that they're like the gems lapis lazuli. Now, I can take a little bit of lapis lazuli and pop it on the rod, but you can't actually see it until I give it a little shake like that, and you can see that I can actually make the lapis lazuli appear on the rod, which is pretty cool. But if I just snap like this, now you can see it's on both sides of the rod, which I think is pretty interesting. But if I want 3, I can just go like that. Now there's 3 rods, 3 pieces of lapis lazuli. Now there's 4 pieces of lapis lazuli. Now, all I've got to do is, it's actually a magic rod, so I can just like, you know, push both of these little dots down and up of the rod. So if I just go like this, you can see that now on both sides we've got the 2 dots. If I bring them both down like this, I can actually just push the one up like that. You can see. Now that looks pretty cool. But if I just give it a little push back, no, if I push the other one up like that, you can now see that we have both dots. But I like it like that. I think I'm going to keep it like that. What?
So that was the routine. I mean, that's a routine that you came up with yourself, wasn't it?
Created a new move.
You created a new move.
Yeah. Does that look it? Like it's got one.
Yes.
So look. So, empty hot wood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Empty hot wood. Bit of lapis lazuli. Pop it on there. Little shake. Lapis lazuli bit. Yeah. Sadly, it's only on the one side.
Mm-hmm.
Only on the one side. But then I just give it a little flick. And now you can see that it's on both sides, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I give it a little turn like this. And now you can see that we've got 2 fingers we've only got. So now we've got 2 on one side there and 1 on this side. So we give it a snap, like just like that.
I like what you did there.
Now see.
Yeah, that's cool.
4 on each side. The thing is, if I just flick that up, no, down, that's a bit strange. But you can see, yeah, so like that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean, look, the tutorial was a bit...
Like it.
I did, very much.
Now we got 1.
The tutorial was a bit basic. How long was the tutorial? You watched it. It was like 7 minutes, wasn't it? Or something, or 8
I
minutes?
think so.
7 or 8 minutes. It was very, very basic, the tutorial. It did what it was meant to do. It showed you how to disconnect the paddle from the chain, and it told you how to do a very basic paddle routine. The routine that you saw Ryland do in that clip was one that he put together himself. There was no element of the gems appearing one by one. That's something that he's added. You know, the way that they actually present it on the tutorial is that you take a paddle off, it's got 2 gems on either side, and you just make them jump around a bit, and then you put it back. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a very well-made paddle. It's a very well-made necklace. If you think that you're the sort of person who could get away with wearing this sort of thing, and you want to have what looks like an organic, everyday carry type thing on your neck that lets you go into a routine anytime, anywhere, then this is great. I would never wear this in a million years. This is not my style. You wouldn't see me wearing this. I think that the trick itself is quite nice. If it was the paddle routine reminds me a little bit of the jumping arrow, a little bit of the number 2 pencil. It's a great paddle routine. I just wouldn't wear that. I just wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't. I'd rather have a stick in my pocket that I can pull out of my pocket and do it anytime, anywhere. You, however, you love wearable magic, don't you? You've got a lot of stuff that you wear, that you use to do magic. So I haven't spoken to you about this. What do you think?
I really like this. I think it's very cool. And I like the fact that it's very, like a normal hot rod. I like hot rods because they're so visual when they jump from like one side
Yeah.
to the other.
So would you do
like
this?
Yeah, and I think I'll probably keep this. This might be the trick I saw to my head of year, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Venom Cube.
Okay, interesting. Yes, his head of year wants him to do a little magic performance for him, which is very exciting. So what would you give it? Would you take this to a gig, or was it just something you're going to carry around and wear when you're out and about, or would you wear it at a gig?
I'd wear it at the gig, probably.
Would you?
Maybe if someone asks about it, I might say.
So you wouldn't just say, let me show you something with a necklace. It'd be more of, what's that on your neck? And you go, well, actually, let me show you.
Let me tell you a story about one time when my dad went with my mum to Egypt and he came back and he bought this. He forgot about it. But then he gave it to me and I thought, well, this looks very cool. Maybe it's a little bit magic. So I'm going to take it off and show you. So,
Cool. Okay. So what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it 100% plus tune.
100% plus truly. You get 79% from me. I'm not going to do it, but I can appreciate that it's very good. It's just not something that I would wear. It's not something I would do. But still very good. 79% from me. 100% plus Trillium from Ryland. let's move on with the next review. So next up we have Bond Lee. We're back with Bond Lee, and this is a very, very simple trick, but definitely one that we should talk about. These are the appearing money ball. You can get this in. You can get these in dollars. You can get these in euros. You can get these in pounds.
We got us in pounds.
We've got pounds. We've got a couple of them, haven't we?
Yeah.
You're currently, and the reason we picked these up is you're currently working on a coin ladder routine.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be. I think this would be. I said to you, I think this would be a really cool ending where you just end up by making a ton of £50 notes. If you do a coin manipulation style routine, a money manipulation style routine, let's say you do money bills from nowhere, which is a very popular manipulation routine for stage performers, and you want to do something that really kind of gives you a big finale, this is something that you might want to look into. It's basically a ring that you put around your finger that looks like a normal ring. And it allows you, if you know the spring flowers, imagine spring flowers made out of £50 notes, but kind of bunched together into a massive bunch. That's what you have here.
And then when you go like this, it's 1,000 flowers.
And basically,
Well, not flowers, but
yeah,
£1,000
bills. It looks like you show your hands empty and you just rub your hands together and loads of bills just appear in your hands. Now, you filmed this for Instagram and put it up a couple of days ago. So we'll have a look at this Instagram video so you can see the sort of thing that you can do with this. If you have 2 or 3 of them, you obviously could, you could keep making bills appear. Boom, drop them in, drop them in, drop them in. But not Spider-Man. But let's have a look at a video of Ryland doing this. So the gimmick's well made. It looks like 50. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I've already started, so that sounds like a Ryland problem.
Give me a hug.
I know. I really appreciate the hug, but we've started. So
What? Not ready.
talk to them about £50 notes. The gimmick looks like it's made of £50 notes. The £50 notes look real, don't they?
Yeah.
The setup is kind of interesting because obviously you have to slip your finger into the ring. Once your finger's in the ring, you have it in palm and then you're good to go.
You just produce it and then
Yeah.
1,000 quid.
Yeah, so I mean it's practical if you're a stage performer. I mean or a kid show performer. I mean this is the sort of thing that you could do as a production item even if you aren't a manipulator. If you were doing a kid show, for example, and you wanted to make it look like you were making loads of money appear, maybe before you do that briefcase thing that you've got where you make even more money appear, or something like that, this is the way to go with this. It looks good. It's relatively easy to do as long as you don't. I was worried that your hands would be too small, but they're not, are they? I mean, your hands have grown recently. Your hands are not too small to do this. So if Ryland can do this, pretty much anyone can. It's quite a small thing to palm. I say palm, you don't really need to palm it because it's slipped onto your finger. It's just there.
I give it a 10-card palm.
You can have it in your
10-card palm.
You did 10-card palm it, yeah. You can have this in your pocket and you can slip it into 10-card palm or full palm and you can produce it
And I
whenever
can
you want
finally
to.
palm a card.
Yes, you can. He's discovered he can palm a card. You've been palming cards for ages because you do card manipulation, but you're talking about a
I can do a
normal
proper
classic
palm.
palm. Yeah, you can do a normal
palm.
classic palm. Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it
First
is.
time ever.
Not many people are talking about this. It's slipped under people's radar. But honestly, I think that kids show performers would definitely be able to do something with this. Manipulators would definitely be able to do something with this. Stage performers would definitely be able to do something with this. I love the idea of doing a kids show and just making loads of bills appear. I just think it's really good. I'm going to give this 85%. I want to put a routine together for this with a family show. I can see myself doing something like this. Not a close-up trick, not a stage trick for me, but for a kid show or a family show, I think this could be definitely worth its weight in gold.
I agree.
So 85% from me. What do you think? What are you going to give it?
100% plus tulip.
You're loving everything, aren't you, this time? He's loving everything. He's in a good mood
Great.
tonight. You'll know why he's in a good mood tonight. He's made the school basketball team. He went to tryouts.
I like tryouts.
Just so you know, there's a lot of...
I do basketball 9 times a week.
Ryland loves basketball as much as magic. and he spends a lot of time doing basketball, and he's
I
just
got
tried
Monday
out.
morning, and Monday lunch, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Wednesday lunch, and Wednesday after school, Thursday morning, Thursday after school, and Friday morning.
I know, and he's been,
And then sometimes I do it on the weekends with you.
and he's like, yes, you do, and you've been picked for the school team, and you've got your first match on Thursday, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
So he's in a good mood, which is why everyone's getting 100% plus dueling.
Yeah.
Normally, he'd be really stroppy, but good mood today, which is good. Let's hope his good mood extends to the final trick of today, which is penguin. So the final trick of the day, we have, you know what it is, it's Rocco Kult, and it's the eye trick, the eye. The eye.
Yeah, I do.
By Penguin Magic and Rocco Kult. You put this on Instagram and got, what is it the kids say? Mad views. You got mad views. You got mad views, bro. You got mad views, bruv. You put this online and your views, they went back right up, shallow ding dong. Is that what you say? Yo, in it. Bruv. With the mad views on the internet. Am I cool? Am I a cool dad? Am I a cool dad?
Yeah.
I'm a cool dad. Whoa. Bruv, in it. Skibbity. I'm a skibbity dad. A cool dad. Bruv, in it. Skibbity. Anyway, come on, stop being so delulu. Speak with the kids. Yeah, get down with this. Anyway, you okay? Good. Right. So, this is by Rocco Kult and Penguin Magic, and this is basically a way to remove your eyeball and put it in your mouth.
Wow.
And then take it back and put it in your eyeball again. This reminds me of a Steve Spill trick called Eye Popper that I've got, and I did every Halloween. And the whole idea of it, you got a spoon, and you scoop the eyeball out with your spoon, showed it on the spoon, and then put it back in your eye. It reminds me a little bit of Eye Popper by Steve Spill. But you're not using a spoon, and it's a very different technique. But the moment where the eyeball goes into your mouth, and you look round, and you see the eye, it looks really good. You did this to a few people and they freaked the hell out, didn't they? He was in Blackpool doing this and just in a cafe and taking his eyeball out and putting it in his mouth, and people were just like...
Everyone just saw that my eye socket was empty.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've heard some people say...
It's got an eyeball.
I've heard some people say, well,
I said that in class out loud and everyone just went, tee.
I've heard some people say on the internet, bruv, I've heard some people say that like the gimmick that's over the eyeball doesn't look realistic, and I disagree. It's the same as the eye popper gimmick. It really does look realistic. You have to, especially from a layperson's point of view. Now, what you also have with this is there's a bonus routine, isn't there? So you're going to see. So let's talk about bonus routine in a minute. First of all, this is a video of Ryland on Instagram, bruv. Doing the version where you take the eyeball out and put it in the mouth. Let's have a look at that version first of all. That was skibbity. Shut up. Now, the second way that you can do this is by actually doing a coin production. So you can literally take your eye, bulge it out, and make it look like you're pulling a coin from behind your eyeball. And if anything, this looks even more skibbity. So, shut up. So let's have a look at this. Ryland filmed this for Instagram as well. So, I mean, both of those, I mean, they're well sick, bruv. I mean, they are just great. Like, both of those look really good. You know, it's not the sort of thing I do, I'll be honest with you. But I think that Rocco has, I think this is his first proper release. And he's killed it as far as I'm concerned. I think it looks really good. I think it's well made. I think it's priced well. And he comes across as very passionate about what he does. He comes across as a very passionate person. He really believes in this project. His tutorial is very well done. I was very impressed with his teaching. He covered everything very, very clearly with a fine-tooth comb. I love this. I think this is really good. I'm not going to do it. It's going to get 79%. It's not the sort of thing that I would do. As I say, I've done eyepopper. I used to do eyepopper all the time, but this is not the sort of thing that I would do. But I think it looks great. I can appreciate it. And I disagree. Having seen the reactions that you've got to it, I completely disagree that the gimmick does not look good. I think it looks really good. So, yeah, 79% for me. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it... You're giving it 79. I'm going to give it 100% plus tulip.
100% plus tulip. Every single 4 in a row is in such a good mood. Basketball, bruv. There you go. So, yeah, 100% plus tulip from Ryland, 79% from me. It's very, very good. If you're looking for sort of a more of a horror type trick to put into your act, this is definitely one to go for.
That's another review show in the bag.
Bo.
That's another review show in the bag.
Bro.
And that's another review show in the bag.
Hey. Hey. Yes, it is another review show in the bag. Thank you once again for joining us right here on Magic TV. Don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You want to follow Ryland on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, just go to Ryland the Kid Magician. And you want to follow me, it's Craig Petty _ Magic TV. Don't forget, we'll be back next Wednesday with another Skibbity review show. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, you can join us by going to... you can actually you can go check out the Netrix, which is my online streaming platform for magicians, and you can go then check that out at thenetrix.com.
No, it's not cookies in this.
.com. Do you know?
No, cookies.
Do you know I was told that you can't say www anymore?
Huh?
Apparently, it's not cool. If you say www before a URL, it means you're old and out of touch. So if you ever hear me saying www, can you slap me around the face? No! Ow! I didn't say it. I told you not.
Said, if you hear me say, can you slap me around the face?
I'll be back again next week.
Wait,
I might be on my own.
No, what's the next week's URL again?
It is thenetrix.com.
Cookies.
.com. I'll be back again very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.